one reasonable reason why heading tender first is wrong.
I never said there was something wrong with going tender first.
So then, what's the problem?
The problem is the fact it's improper to go backwards with a train with a name.
That is absolute rubbish. You know most preserved lines run tender first, while hauling named trains.
Yes, but do you realize what the Chicago Daylight means to this railroad?
Yes, pride of the line. You should be asking what we already know about the Chicago Daylight.
As if you'd know what it means. You don't run the main line at all. You just do the westward branch.
The branch is just as important as the main line. It serves a lot of local industries.
Besides, you use rickety old P70s while I use modern daylight coaches.
They're from the 1940s, you numpty.
It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have to run backwards with the Chicago Daylight. It's utterly ridiculous.
Shut up. I couldn't care less about it. It's a train, and you have a job to haul it.
Fine then, whatever. I'll be off then. Locomotives have the ability to operate in both directions. This makes them very versatile as they don't have to be turned around all the time. But when operating in reverse, they have to run at a reduced speed. The reason is because the tender is far lighter than the locomotive, and as the fuel source reduces, the tender gets lighter and lighter. Most locomotives respect this rule, but John seemed to despise the idea. Ridiculous.
What are you mumbling about?
The fact I have to go backwards? Look at this!
What? You're going tender first?
Exactly! It's ridiculous! Why would Mr. Sim do this to me?
He's done nothing wrong. It's not his fault track maintenance is a thing.
But at least he could have maybe cancelled it so my dignity isn't ruined.
You're losing your dignity by complaining. Just be happy. You're even hauling such a train. I get the boiler lift just to pull it.
Well, nobody wants to see an NWA class hauling a train for a GS4.
Excuse me, what are you trying to imply?
I might have misapplied what I meant.
Okay, just be grateful you even get to pull this train.
Did you listen to Chuck or something?
I might have,
Typical. Just typical. It seemed like the other locomotives weren't getting any sense into John, and from John's perspective, it seemed like the passengers were out to get him as well.
Well, what happened here?
Aye, man. I don't know. Looks like a regular train.
Nah, mate. It's clearly John.
How could you tell, man?
It's his bloggy appearance.
Probably should go forward. With this view, he looks like a block of butter.
I swear I am going to blow their ears out soon. I swear to God.
Keep your cool, John. Just ignore them.
This is what I told you. I have to keep up my appearance.
Oh my, stop complaining. You're probably going to have the Chicago Daylight taken off you because of your attitude.
Well, it's not my fault everyone's out to get me. Besides, it's my right to haul it.
Says who? There's nothing on the schedule that says you pull it.
It's advertised with me on it.
That means nothing. Everyone has a chance to pull it. Even me.
Please, just get out of my head. I've had enough of you lot.
Fine then. But if you get into trouble, don't blame me.
Sure, listen. I have a right to haul this train, and you don't.
Excuse me? I have just as much of a right to hold the train. And it's not a right, it's a privilege.
Then why on earth do you think he gave me this livery just to haul it? Well, I know, he could have just given me free black.
It's a bygone livery. It means nothing.
Yeah, lies. I want to go get a rest. See you in a bit. The Chicago Daylight is the premier train of the Illinois Historical Railroad, running between Danville and Sunnytown. This is the flagship of the IHR. The train runs 3 round trips per day. It starts at Danville and ends at Sunnytown, and then later on it makes a return back to Danville. However, on the morning and evening service, this doesn't happen, as it makes a stop at Logsville. Logsville is the midpoint of the line. It's a rather isolated part of Illinois, but is known for its forest, which is one of the largest in Illinois. There are also a few local industries around the area which the IHR serve, mostly hauling timber to other places along the line. It was midday now, and it was time for the midday run of the Chicago daylight. John was still in a bitter mood, as he would have to go tender first once he got to Danville. This rest feels quite nice. It's refreshing in the bright sun. Oh, but it's a shame I have to go tender first on the way back.
Wake up, Coneface. Why don't you just get to work? Like me.
What? For some locomotives. Pounding his way down the line, he grumbled to himself, as he was still in a terrible mood. At Logsville, a truck had come to a standstill at the crossing. The driver was doing whatever he could to get the truck fixed. He was in deep concentration and didn't hear or notice John.
Come on, start up. The train's 1 minute wasted. It's due soon.
At the same time, John was too busy complaining about the day's events. He was distracted enough that he forgot to look or blow his air horn when he approached the crossing. These colleagues of mine have gone mad or something. I swear I'm going to... Huh? Oh no!
What were you thinking on that run? Do you know how many people were on your train?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to cause this on purpose.
Sorry won't cut it this time. Now that you've come off the rails, you'll have to go to the works to be repaired. Along with this, we'll have to have the cars checked out. And don't expect to be put in the Chicago daylight anytime soon. It's your privilege to pull it. I could easily give it to anyone else, but I'm only giving it to you because you're the fastest and always keep timing. I suggest you reflect on your actions. It might do you some good. Chuck, take him to the roundhouse. Aye, sir. Who's on the main line now, huh?
Don't talk about it.
Looks like going backwards isn't that bad, ain't it, huh?
I don't really want to talk it. Can you just shut up or something?
All right. Come with me.
After the wreckage was cleared, John was sent to the works, while Chuck had to go to the roundhouse for an important announcement.
As I'm sure you're aware, John had an accident today and is in the works as we speak. The damage done to John was severe, and the consist would also need a fix. I'll be making some rearrangements, so Alan, once the consist gets back in service, will be holding the Chicago daylight. Gavin, commuter runs for now. Chuck, same as usual, and Max, freight work for you. Expect this to last for a while, as John's repairs are rather severe. And let me put this forward to you all. It's not a right for you to be here. It's a privilege. Understand?
I don't like this.
What? Anything up?
Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming up. You know what happens around this time.
You're right. A lot of freight is going to come in. Going to be all sorts of things.
That's the problem. I'm left to do it on my own. I'm not complaining, but there's a lot of traffic around this period.
Well, surely John's repairs won't take that long. I don't think it's that simple.
I don't know if you're right, but I'll take your word.